We're about to have.
But I got what you need. You need a praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Come on. Get your praise on. Praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise. Come on. Get your praise on. Get your praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise. Come on. Get your praise on. Hallelujah. 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 I can't help but praise. 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 3, 2, 1, go! Get your praise on. 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 Praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. You wanna sit down and God. Get up. You wanna sit down and God. Get up. You wanna sit down on 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 God. All right now.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. I know that you guys are super surprised that we are live tonight. Well, welcome to our TQC Live After Dark. My husband was supposed to be here. He was going to talk about love and marriage, but he sold me out to go to the gym. It's all good. So we want to start like talking about love and relationships and all that good stuff. So tonight I just thought that we would have some girl talk. So I have my bonus daughter Shay with me tonight, who just started a new relationship. So we might, dive into some relationships and all that good stuff. But I wanted to say thank you guys because earlier, I just had some stuff I had going on, and y'all know that I hadn't been feeling well, so I had to do some follow up. So tonight we just gonna have some girl talk and chit chat about stuff. Hi, cousin. Hi, Cassandra. Thank you for joining. All right. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right. I don't even know where I want to start with this conversation, but I want to welcome you all to TQC Live After Dark. All right, you comfortable?
Oh yeah, I'm comfortable.
All right, so let's see what we're gonna have a discussion. There's so many different ways we can go. But you have just gotten into a relationship.
Yes.
Just got engaged. Yes. Congratulations. I'm super excited for you. How is that?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. Oh, why would you say that? What's interesting?
Well, with me, I wasn't looking. I've been single for 8 years, and to get into a relationship with somebody is that I wasn't looking. He wasn't looking, and God was like, "Hi, y'all both was going."
So nobody was looking, and y'all just ran into each other. Bam! Nobody looking. Nobody paying attention. So you guys, if y'all single, stop looking, and you're gonna eventually run into somebody because that's the advice that I think that you give.
Pretty much. Let God lead you. Like,
and that's usually
and
how
that's
it
what
happens.
I did. I was trying to focus on myself. I wasn't focusing on dating or anything. I was trying to focus on myself and find who I was.
So good. And that is a good place to be. Not until you find out who you are, you can't even love somebody properly. You can't even really give that, like, what's the word I want to say? It's gonna come to me. All the meds I've been on, I'm starting to forget stuff. Lord Jesus, y'all ain't praying for me. I'm starting to forget stuff. No, but like that's a good place to be. I always tell, like, Shay was one of the young ladies that I mentored last year, and she's coming to the second part of the mentor program that I'm getting ready to do in July. As a matter of fact, next Sunday is our meet and greet. And so, which is great. And so she's right. She wasn't looking, just kind of doing her thing.
Being a mom.
Wow. So let me just kind of go down that trail real quick. Now you're a mom.
Yes.
Your fiance has no kids.
No.
Wow. I think, no, this is a good thing.
Yes.
You won't have no baby mama drama.
No,
right?
No baby mama drama. No.
That's good. That's good
because
because you guys know baby mama drama is a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah, not in all relationships, but it can happen.
Right.
Yeah, and then that put a whole nother little wedge in the relationship as a whole anyway. But yeah. So let's talk about now you're dating.
Yes.
You have a daughter. How old is your baby?
My daughter is 11 years old.
Yes, a business owner. Like she tells people, I am a businesswoman. I'm like, wait, hold on. You're just 11. You look 18, but like let's bring that back down some. So how is that? So one of the things that I want us to talk about, and then we're gonna talk about other things real quick. But now dating and bringing someone into the relationship. Have y'all had that conversation about him disciplining Amaya?
Yes and no. I mean, once we do get married, he will be able to discipline her.
What you mean discipline?
Like punish her. I mean, now she's too big to whoop. So it's like you can punish her all you want. She grounded, you give her the punishment. But
that's a serious
like
thing.
She's too big. I don't even whoop her no more. But she's too big. She's taller than me.
Yeah, she's taller than me.
But but grounding her, yeah, you can ground her. If she does something wrong, you have you have my permission to do my right to say, hey.
All right, so you guys who are watching and those who are who on our Instagram live as well. So how do you guys feel about someone that you are maybe dating or getting ready to get married to? How do you guys feel about somebody else correcting your kids or disciplining your kids? I know for me it was a big deal because my kids' fathers really didn't, my kids pretty much, they listened for the most part, but that was a deal breaker for me. Well, and that was a good conversation to have too.
Right.
Like when you starting to date someone and it's getting serious, you should have that conversation. Hey, I know you have kids. This is like the boundaries concerning my kids, and like, what is your boundaries concerning your their kids?
Right.
You should always have that conversation. Am I right?
Yep.
Just so that when you get into the relationship and they try to get a belt to whip your kids, it ain't like no issues going on.
Right.
Yeah. So I always say I'm the mom and it does depend on the kids, the age, right?
Yeah, she's 11, so she's not one of those kids she's very, very respectful.
She is.
Well-mannered.
She is.
So she's not one of those kids that you're going to have to get on because she's misbehaving. How you feeling, Mama? She won't. I don't think my fiance will have to even discipline her because I know I'm going to step in before he get a chance.
I'm telling you.
So,
but these are the conversations that we have to have, right? Because you don't want to have those, you don't want to have that happen and like be like I was. Like you can't whip my children.
Right.
I'm the only one who could correct my kids. And I don't know. By the time I got married, by the time Torrance and I got married, my girls were all grown. They had their own places. And so we didn't have that issue. But now that I have bonus kids,
right.
That's the conversation. And so usually I let Torrance do most of the disciplining, but they listen to me.
Right.
If it's something that I think that he has to step in and kind of take the lead on, he does that.
Right.
And so now that hadn't been an issue.
Right.
But yeah, thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
All right, so there it is. So here's my next. Let's talk about. Let me see. Like we having girl chat. Like we talking about stuff.
Yeah.
What's on your heart? What's sizzling in your spirit? I love it. What's sizzling in your spirit, girl? What's been on your heart lately?
A lot, like life period, the growth of where I am in my relationship. Growth. I had to grow a lot. A lot.
And we still grow, right?
No, a lot. Like I was like, who is you? It was weird because with me, I'm not used to people. I'm not used to someone complimenting me. So complimenting me, I was like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you like, oh, you're beautiful? Like, how you gonna tell me I'm good?
You didn't believe that?
No, because I didn't believe it in myself.
Right. So when somebody else said it to you, you didn't believe it?
No, I was like, you just saying that just to be saying it.
Mm.
And then when it when it was genuine, I was like, oh wow, this is really like genuine. Like he's really been like sincere.
That's why it's so important, like you had kind of mentioned earlier, that you know who you are.
Yeah.
Because when you know that you are beautiful, when you know that you are wonderfully made, when you know all the things that the Lord has spoken and declared over you, it's easy for other people to, or you don't have to wait for somebody else to validate you, right? Because you've already been validated in those areas.
Right.
So when somebody say that I'm pretty or something, oh, thank you. Yeah, because you know that. So that's a good thing. So you had to go through that process, and that because it was different for you.
Right. It was very different. I was thinking, like, are you just saying it just to say it, or is it like real? Like,
right, because you didn't even believe that.
No.
So how have you noticed your self-esteem and those things that you probably battled with, just about who you were? How is that? Because you talked about growing. How do you see the changes growing?
My wardrobe. I'm dressing more like, more confident.
Oh, go!
My
Well, just get your confidence on, girl.
My confidently, I was like, okay, I got to get myself together. I got to make sure that I'm stepping out and looking cute, and not just be looking like, okay, who are you? What are you doing to yourself?
Right. So, but that's gonna be all the time, though, right? Because you know my theory. Like we dress because of who we are,
Right.
and we want to display first the kingdom, and we want to represent our daddy God. And so you dress, and I think all women. I mean, I don't dress up all the time. However, I think that there's we should always represent our king, represent our daddy. Because we are children,
Yeah.
we are daughters of the king, right?
Right.
And so you don't never see none of the royals out in
No.
public looking crazy with hair bonnets and hair nets.
But you taught me a valuable lesson, though. You was like, don't walk out the house looking crazy because you don't know who's watching, who's looking. And now I'm dating. I'm like, oh, that's what my mom was telling me.
Not just dating.
Not that I was
Right.
dating, but just looking better for myself.
Yes.
To grow my self-esteem up and to build my self-esteem. But now I'm looking like, oh, I don't want to walk out the house. Now I'm looking crazy.
No, girl, you don't want to look crazy. But then at the same time, and especially I tell this to a lot of women that are single, like you never know. Y'all praying for husbands. Well, y'all praying for God to send you this guy or whatever to start dating. Well, you can't go to the grocery store with a hair bonnet and rollers and hairpins, and you gotta kind of at least. I don't want you to put on your Sunday's best, but at least put some lip gloss on and brush your hair and kind of do something.
But the thing is, I wasn't even looking, so I didn't care what I looked like.
Yeah, that was one of our first conversation. You got to get yourself together. Like, yeah, she has totally been I don't want to call an assignment.
Yeah, pretty much.
An assignment is a good word.
I agree.
But look at the progress, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You have come and still got more to go.
Yes.
Even with myself, I still got a lot to go.
Yeah.
I still got a lot that I'm learning, and that God is pulling and tugging and refining inside of me. So yeah, it's a process.
It is a process.
You got to continue the process.
It's a process.
It's worth it, though.
It is worth it because like I said, I came a long way.
Yes.
A long way.
Now let's go back. So how I want to ask a question, and I wish Amaya was here to answer that question. How did Amaya receive, like, when you started dating? Like when you said, okay, here's somebody who's potentially I'm gonna date. How was that?
Well, we was in a car one day and I said, Amaya, what if mom started dating?
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to see in the relationship?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
And she said,
I'm recording this.
And she was like, Mom, I want him to be respectful, love God, and a hard worker and work. I don't want him to be laying around the house watching TV.
See, Amaya got it though.
She's 11. I was like, okay. But then I said, what do you want to see out the relationship? What do you want? Like, because you going to be there too. You're my daughter, so you're coming
What is her expectations for this new person who is now coming into the relationship?
She is like, as long as he wants to father-daughter stuff, I'm okay. Because he's already he gonna have a job, he's gonna love God, and he respects you. I just want to see if he'll do father-daughter stuff with me, and that's all she wanted.
Really?
Yes.
She didn't ask for much, but I really did appreciate that girl said that he better love God and have a job.
Yes.
Those are the
and yeah, I was like,
and respect.
And it shocked me. I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Respect is a big issue and a big deal, because a lot of times, like even when I'm just out in a store or whatever, I hear that a lot. Like men really disrespecting women, and women are okay with that.
Right.
But then now, like a lot of things in this age and in the culture and the climate that we're in, like it's cool for men to disrespect women, which I don't think is cool for disrespect. It's never okay for a man to disrespect you. But if you disrespect yourself, you can't trip if a man starts disrespecting you. Like that's not how it goes. That's why I like to, and I had to learn that about myself as well. So now that I have grown in that area, I try to tell other young women that's coming behind me or women that I mentor, because for a long time, I did not know my identity, right? I didn't know. I always thought I was somebody. I always thought I was cute. Like this ain't nothing new. I always thought I was cute. No, but I really didn't know who I was. And so when you don't know who you are, you settle for less. You just like, I remember there's a song, and some of my seasoned followers and people that's watching may understand and know that there was a song. She said, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Mm-hmm. And that's not, I mean, even though the song was very popular, that's not true. Right. You don't want to have a piece of man because you're not a piece of woman. Right. And so, a lot of times they say, I want to have, you're my better half. And I'm like, no, I'm not Torrance's better half. I'm a whole woman, and I'm not a half of anything. Right. So, but it's not until I had to learn those things, and it didn't all happen overnight, but not until I had to purposely and be intentional about loving myself. Right. And I didn't know how to love myself truly and fully until I learned the love of God. Yeah. And that's just what it was. True. That's what it was. True. All right. So here's my next thing. How about how are y'all or what do y'all think about men? I mean, like I'm a big news watcher. And lately I've been seeing a lot of men are like people that's dating kill their children. Like that's been a big thing here in Houston. Just recently saw like a little 6-year-old was killed. Like, so that's why it's important that even when you start dating, that you know and you dig into these people's past and you ask questions and you listen. I always tell the ladies who I mentor, like, whenever you start going on dates with somebody, don't do all the talking. Yeah, no. Shut up. Like, not shut up, but be quiet. Be quiet and listen. And listen, because you'll hear, like, eventually they're going to tell you exactly who they are. Right. And that's important. Right. Just like you. Oh, yeah. You'll tell everybody, you'll tell a guy what you like, what you don't like, what you want. And then they'll do what you tell them you want them to do. And I didn't do that. In the beginning. And then after they do it, they become who they really are. I didn't do that. And stop doing all the good stuff. You didn't do what? I didn't tell him. I've been told, don't tell them what you looking at a man or what do you want in a man. Just let them be them. And I was like, I let him be him. Like, this is who you are. This is what I'm getting myself into. You're not getting yourself into anything. That's not a good term. That's not like I'm just getting. I'm not like it is. But like I just. But I'm but I'm just like, I want to know who you are. I don't want to build you to be something that you're not. And it's important. So I just wanted him to, be yourself. I don't want to build something up and then I'm like, oh, I don't want you. That's what I got to deal with now. No. Yeah, you don't want that. No. But it's important that you know these guys, ladies, And we're not bringing shade to the guys, because I know some amazing guys who really love sincerely and truthfully, but we have to have hard conversations, like in backgrounds, like their youth. How, was they raised with both parents?
Right.
Like a lot of times that plays a big part. You know, they like to I guess stereotype might not be a good word. However, they like to say like, oh, women are, we are so dramatized and we have issues and blah, blah, blah about women. And that we have father and daddy issues, but some men have mama issues.
Yeah.
Some men have father issues, right? And so some of them have experienced trauma. And so it's just important. Like, I really think that that's important, that you have those hard conversations with other people, or with the opposite sex, whether it's the male or the female, so that you can, you just know who you're dealing with.
We talked, because my daughter is a big part of my life.
I wish they had an app. Oh, maybe not an app, but I wish there was this thing where you can talk to like some ex-girlfriends or some ex-boyfriends, right? Not everybody gonna tell you the truth, but if 3 people telling you the same story or scenario about this person, 10 times out of 10, it's true,
legit, yeah.
Right? And so I just wish that we could do that. Like, hey, can I meet with 3 of your baby mamas, maybe 4, or maybe your girlfriends or your ex, just so I could hear the story. Now, you might have that one girlfriend who's still like him, gonna lie on him and talk trash about him, but that would be so super cool if you could just.
That'd be interesting. But then I was like, do I really want to know?
I really want to know. I need to know. I need to know.
If he's up front,
everybody lies.
Everybody do lie.
No, that's not even nice.
No, not true.
Not everybody lies.
No.
But when you start, okay, somebody, Miss Pam, hi Pamela. Pamela is watching, so Pamela, she gonna tell the truth, right? A lot of times when you first meet a person, you don't never go sit to the dinner table or to the lunch table and be like, hey, my name is Alisha and I'm really crazy. I'm bipolar and I fight and I do this. No, you don't go to no date. You always, you wear your best hair. You dress up. You looking good. And you just try to put your best foot forward. You present yourself. I always say you send your best representative, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, hi, I'm this. And you tell people good things about you. You don't tell people that you're crazy. I have never, ever, ever heard of someone going on a date with a guy where he was like, I'm very abusive. I love to beat women. I like all my relationships. I've dragged women down the street. Like, no, they don't tell you that. And a lot of times they are really abusive, but
they hide it.
I wish they would create. Somebody need to create an app that when you go on a date, they put you on a lie detective test. And if you lie, it shocked you. Serious. It would cost.
That'd be very interesting, but that'll give them a run. Then they bound to want to be in a relationship. I wouldn't want to.
Would you want to be in a relationship with somebody?
I wouldn't want to be in a relationship, but then they would just stop me. Like, if I'm gonna have to do all that to prove myself, then but then you'll realize that, okay, since you don't want to do all that,
well, then you go to the next person. If they don't want to get on the lie detector test, they got something to hide. If they got something to hide, they got something to hide.
True.
I don't know. That's just me talking out loud. Hey, hi everybody. We having some girl chats. I wasn't able to go live today because I had some follow-up doctor's appointments. So I was like, hey, let's do something tonight and just hang out. So my girl Shay and I are just talking about relationships. She's just getting into a relationship. I've been trying to tell that girl all the do's and don'ts, but you have to learn. It's been good, and it's because everybody's not the same. But I've just been trying to walk with her through some things, because it's different. She hadn't dated in 8 years.
8 years,
and so I'm like, everything changed. Just kind of like you've been in jail. You just fresh out. You just fresh out the pen. You gotta. I had to. You gotta just have those.
Stir the pot a little bit, but I wasn't. Yeah. Like,
but now you're doing good. I'm proud of you. And so now you're about to get married.
Yes.
Well, you're doing something right, girl. Yeah, so you're doing something
I'm
right.
doing something right.
Yeah, so proud of you. All right, you guys. Hi, Miss Pamela. Who else is on the line? Everybody's asleep. Where y'all at, my peeps? Hello. Hello, Teranique. My niece is watching. Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on and just mess with y'all a little bit because I missed y'all so much. I want to say thank y'all for being so patient with me and just so loving. I've been going through a little something, but it is well. The Lord is good, and I'm here. I'm feeling well. Looking good. No, I'm just so crazy. It's past my bedtime, really. That's why.
Both our bedtimes.
It's past our bedtime. So sometimes when it's past my bedtime, I act really weird. Hi, Cassandra. I miss you too, cousin. Thank you guys for all the prayers. It has been really overwhelming, all the love and support that I've been getting. So I am going to start doing a TQC live after dark, but my husband is we're gonna have different married couples, and my husband was supposed to be with me tonight, but like I said, he won't work out. He just, so it's me and Shay talking about girl talk. So we just talking about stuff. We just
talk,
here.
Dating, life.
Oh,
I mean, it's been good. My dating life it's been interesting though.
Interesting.
It has its ups and downs, but we work communication.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Communication is the number one thing that is good in our relationship. Is we communicate. Have to communicate.
You have to. If you don't communicate, you won't get anywhere. No. It's not gonna be healthy. Like all the things that you try to, and one thing that I say, as I don't know about any other culture, but I know that our culture, we would always talk. What goes on in this house stays in this house. So a lot of times we suppress a lot of our feelings and our emotions and our the way that we don't know how to communicate. Because the moment you start saying something, somebody say, "Shut up, be quiet," and stuff like that. So
and that was me for a while. It was like because I'm so used to being we both were loners, so we were so used to being by ourselves. He was used to being a loner. I was used to being a loner, and then we come together.
Two introverts together? Who's gonna get this party started?
So it was just weird. And then we was like, okay, who's gonna start the conversation? What's going on? So we were both like, okay, what you want to talk about?
Oh, Lord, could you imagine?
That's how our first date was. It was weird because it was like our first date was like,
what you want to talk about? What you like? Oh, that was boring. I would have been like.
But it got interesting. Because it's like
as y'all learn each other.
Yeah. It was like we opened up more. We talked more, and it was like it was weird. And it was like, do you really want to talk to me? Do you want to really talk to me?
Oh no!
So it was like that. We've grown so much to where it was like we just have. Conversations and
I've seen y'all interact. Y'all have like a cute little sweet little thing going on. I know I'm serious. Because I watch because I want to make sure that and he opens your door, so he's a
really good guy. He opens
really
my door. He checks on my daughter when she was in school. He'll call and ask how her day was and hope she had a good day. So he'll call me in the morning to catch her while it's still in the car.
Oh, to say hi.
To say hi, to have a good day before she even got out the car.
All right, Savvy. You're just doing way too much.
It was sweet because it's not like it's just me and him in the relationship, but my daughter is in the relationship too. So it's like
Miss Pam's. Go ahead. Keep
so
talking.
it's like he wanted to make sure that she's being noticed and seen,
because she's a part of the relationship.
Yes.
A lot of times people or when you get in a relationship, you kind of like close your kids out and no, your kids need to be involved.
Right.
I mean, to a certain extent into the relationship, right?
And that's what it was for us. We wanted to before we even started dating and made it official, we wanted to make sure it was right for us before we even brung Amaya
Very good.
in. We was like, and we both agreed. I was like, we're not going to say anything to Amaya. We're just going to do behind scenes until we know.
Yeah.
And then when we knew,
that's wise.
When we knew, then I was like, hey, Amaya, me and Mr. Shabba.
I think that's a good way to do that.
And then we both agreed on. I said, I don't want you to meet my daughter until we know that this is what we want.
Because there's a lot of mamas that have 14 uncles in 1 month, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, and so like we confusing our kids. So when is the appropriate time? I want to ask that question, but Miss Pamela is asking. Oh, she's saying that's what you want in the beginning. It prepares you for the real arena. Yes, ma'am. It teaches you how to effectively communicate and how to agree to disagree and then move past the obstacles. Amen. Yes. I totally agree with that. Yes. I am a really big communicator. I don't know, it's because I talk a lot. My husband talks a lot too, but it's just always good because when you sweep things under the rug, after a while, all those things, and then you don't process or you don't talk about it, and then that one argument is like a bad one. Yeah. And sometimes there's a little spark that starts a big flame, and it really wasn't nothing, but it's so much buildup from just things that you didn't communicate and talk about. So that's what happened. So yeah. But love is a beautiful thing. I love love.
It is, and I didn't think I would be in love, and I am in love.
Y'all heard it here live. The girl's in love.
I am in love.
The girl's in love, Jesus. No, I'm playing. So congratulations. I'm happy. I'm excited for you. I watch you two together, and so I like it. It's cool. Y'all gonna do good together. Y'all gonna do good together. All right, you guys. Miss Pamela, thank you. Thank you guys for watching. We're not gonna keep y'all. We just wanted to come in and just kind of say hello, have some good girl chit chat. Because I didn't get to say hi to y'all today because I had some things to do. And so I wanted to come on our TQC Live After Dark and say hi.
Hi.
Chit chat with Shay. She's so shy. I'm trying to get her out of that introvert. It's past her bedtime. She's just sitting there. She ain't never moved. She's been in that same spot since we started. She's not, Loosen up, girl. Loosen up. Loosen up. Shay's like, oh no. All right, you guys.
This is me. I'm sorry.
It is past our bedtime.
It is,
yeah.
literally.
So,
but no, it was fun. I mean, I've been wanting to come on.
Well, we didn't really get to talk too much, but I was glad that you shared the things that you did share. So you talked about growth. Tell me how from last year to this year, how you've grown spiritually.
Spiritually. Oh, wow. I mean, a lot. I pray, I journal. Sometimes I go in I'm still working on me of opening up more because I have to talk to God more before I can come out and communicate with people. But I used to didn't pray. But now I'm praying. I pray in the morning, pray at night. I wake up in the middle of the night praying.
Warrior.
Yeah. But I've grown so much. It feels good to actually be like, God, what's going on? What I need to do.
If there was one thing, and I know you're getting ready to go to a retreat tomorrow, which is going to be so fun.
Yes.
Shout out to all those going to the retreat tomorrow. If there's one thing that you can say, that if it had not been for the Lord, you don't know what you would have done. You don't know where you would have been. What would be that one thing that that in your past, even if it was last year or whatever, that you realized that it was God doing it?
I could have been still homeless with my daughter.
Wow.
If it wasn't for God, I could still be homeless. It's been multiple times that me and my daughter have been homeless.
Wow. And people always,
And I had to put my pride aside.
Yeah.
God had to show me, you're too prideful. You need to let people help.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want people to help. I'm like, I don't want nobody to help me.
Oh, I got this.
Yes.
I got it. Oh, I'm homeless. But I got it. Well,
Yeah.
and so that's one of the things that you've learned.
Yes.
Wow.
Like I gotta, ask for help, communicate.
Ask for help.
And I didn't want to be a burden. I felt like I was a burden for years.
But I think that's normal.
But mine was bad. It was bad.
It's still kind of normal. A lot of people, I know I'm like that to a certain extent. Like, and pride, sometimes get in the way because you don't want nobody to know that you're in a bad place or that you're going through something. Or sometimes pride is like you're too proudful to ask for help because you don't want them. Well, it could be a lot of things. You don't want people to say no. You don't want to, it could be a whole bunch of things.
Right.
That pride is this. Ooh, that pride is so.
And I let go and let God, and God was like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to pray to me, and I will show you. I will open up the doors, but you gotta stop.
And you don't know who He's gonna send to help.
Exactly. And I'm a fighter, so He be putting people in my life, and I'm like, please leave me alone. Get away from me.
Yeah.
And I had to stop doing that because I was blocking my blessings.
Yeah.
Doing that.
That pride will get you, girl.
I was blocking blessings and didn't even realize I was blocking them. And then I was like, oh. I look back and like, oh, that was a blessing I blocked. That was a blessing I blocked. But now.
But look at you now.
Yeah.
So proud. Getting ready to buy you a home. Getting ready to. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. That's a surprise. Okay. But you're doing good things. Like the Lord is truly, He's doing it.
Yes.
He is doing it.
Yes,
and that's why it's important that you just stay focused. And He's gonna do it. He's gonna lead the way. Absolutely.
He is my Father.
I'm proud of you. Buying your house, getting married, girl.
I know. It's all.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's nothing but God.
It is.
Nothing
He
but
gets
God.
all the glory. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. He gets all the glory. He gets all.
It's all God.
But you had to do the work too.
I had to do the work.
You had to do the work.
But I had to listen.
Yeah.
I had to listen to what God was telling me to do, when to do it, why you're doing it.
And sometimes you don't even know why.
Right.
Like sometimes God just tell you to do something crazy and you be like, this don't even make sense.
It don't.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay. Now I see why. Now I see why you want me to do that.
Wow.
Okay, God, I hear you.
That's the part when you just don't know why. But there's still obedience.
Yes.
Obedience is always the key. When he tells you do something, you do it, and you'll find out that and sometimes it's rough, but it'll all work out for your good if you do the right thing. Oh, Miss Pam said God is preparing you for something great. Amen. Amen.
To that. I hear that all the time.
Now I understand
too.
why I said what I said. Greatness is in you. Amen. Thank you, Miss Pam. Thank you so much. Miss Pamela is one of our TQC top fans. She's always on, always supporting, always praying. Thank you so much. It's a lot going on. And so just being prayerful.
Yes. Being
mindful. This is a time that we all should be in a place where we are all seeking God. And not just if you don't want to just seek God just for relationships. Now you should. However, like you said, you wasn't even looking. I know there's a lot of single women that I get a chance just to have conversations with. And sometimes they just get in a bad place like, hey, I've been single. You were single 8 years.
I was single 8 years and
they
raising my daughter for 11. So by myself. So I was like, what do I need a man for?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta work on myself first.
Yeah, you always. That's the first thing. That's one of the things I want to just definitely say. Self-care. Work on yourself, your relationships. And it'll happen organic. And let it happen organically. And when you get out of one relationship, don't jump into another one. Man, that's going to be another hot topic that I think I'm going to talk about because I see it so many times. Like, and
you break up, and then not even 2 weeks later, you with somebody else.
And then there's no healing. Yeah. There's no healing, and you taking all that baggage from one relationship
and to keep going.
And going.
And my sisters joke around with me all the time. I used to cut my hair off so I can find something. I wasn't, and I keep telling him I wasn't looking. Let God,
and sometimes it's just
let God lead that right one to you, because I was in shock. I was like, whoa, what's really going on?
Because you can seek and you will find, but it might not be the one that you want. You'll find something you wish you didn't even run into.
Exactly.
But it just has to, like I said,
it just has to happen naturally.
But when you know who you are, that is the key. I don't care what nobody say. That is the key. When you know who you are, you don't settle for less. You don't settle for like Joe Blow, who just gonna stay home and play the video games and drive your car and drop you to work,
Right.
and eat your children good food.
Right.
On your good EBT card. What was
Eat Better Today card?
That good Eat Better Today card. No, you want. But then when you don't know who you are, a lot of times women, we settle. Men too.
Yeah. Men
too. So I don't want it to be like a one-sided thing.
No, women and men settle.
Yeah.
Because they just want somebody there.
I told you about this. Who is that lady who made that song, you guys, that says having a piece of man is better than having no man at all? Who made that song? I cannot think. My mind is like really blank. But yeah, and that's not true. Like, you don't want to have a piece of man. You want to have somebody who's going to love you and cherish you and really walk in integrity concerning not only himself, but you as well. Right. But you know what? We can go on and on and on about relationships. Like Betty Wright. Thank you. That's her name. After the pain. Yep. Oh Lord, you're right. That's it. Thank you, Cassandra. Betty Wright. But yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. But if you do the work, which is the work that you have to do on you, and learn who you are, right, and love yourself first. You gotta love yourself first. Yeah. You gotta love yourself first and get yourself together first before you even want to get in a relationship. Because then you don't want to, if you're not together with yourself and you get in a relationship, it's not gonna work out. Oh, it is gonna be toxic. It's gonna be very toxic. It's gonna be really toxic. And I don't know about you guys who are watching, or you ladies who are watching, but like that's why so many times it's so like you butt heads. It's always chaotic, always drama. Man, I remember when my husband and I started dating, when we were having those hard conversations. Like I said, I had those hard conversations as well. I was like, listen, I am too old to be like going through this. I've been through that already. Like there's certain things that I just wasn't going to tolerate. There's certain things for real, I'm just not putting up with. Point blank, period. Not period. Like, and I'm sure that there's things that he wouldn't do as well. But like when you grow up, like, and it's just sometimes just things change. Yeah. And so for me, it was a lot of things that I wasn't gonna tolerate. And I think that's okay. We all should have healthy boundaries. We all should have that part of like, no, we're not doing that. Right. No, you're not gonna kick it all night with your friends and then come home at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day. No, we're not like certain things. Like, we need to have those conversations. But like a lot of times we are so afraid because we don't know who we are. We just let men and sometimes women just do whatever they want just because we want it. Well, at least he coming home. No, like we need to check that at the door. Like, that I'm a homebody. No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm just talking about. But the general people are like, they just want to be out there. But the good thing is, I'm a homebody, so I ain't gonna be out there. I'm just coming straight. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a homebody. I'm talking about like, and I'm saying just in general, like the respect. That's like, you're a homebody. Okay, great. Most men like women like that. I want a woman that's gonna stay home and do the housewifey things and all those things. Men like that. Right? We like men that's going to give money and pay the bills and come home and walk in integrity and love their wives. Exactly. We like that type of stuff as well. Right. But I'm talking about like the settling. Like so many times women settle and that's I did it too. So I'm not sitting here on this couch, on this comfy couch, like, oh God. Settle and they don't know. They settle and don't know their worth. Yeah. They settle and don't know their worth. And when you settle, so whoever's watching, I don't know who this is for, don't settle, honey. I'm telling you, when you settle, Ooh, you just open a whole another can of worms.
But then you're trying to figure out what can I do to.
Because you spend more time trying to help and keep that relationship going,
Right.
instead of just enjoying the relationship.
Right. Right.
You know, you spend more time fighting. Who you on the phone with? Why you leaving? Who you go? What? Oh, and then it's so many different insecurities. It's toxic.
You don't want a toxic relationship because it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna last.
Yeah, it won't last. Well, and even if it lasts longer than it should, it's unhealthy.
It's
very unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
Very unhealthy.
Very unhealthy. And so, like, that's just what we're saying, you guys. We want it. Yes, it's exhausting. Hi, honey. So now he's coming and want to wave and distract us on our live show when he was supposed to be sitting here talking about relationships, and he want to go work out. Oh, I put you on blast, honey. I told him that you went work out instead of hang out. He went work out and said, "Oh yeah." And so it's important that you have a healthy and fun relationship.
Yeah, you can have a healthy and fun relationship. I mean, you want to have fun with your significant other.
Like if you're not married to your best friend, you married the wrong person. Yeah, I mean, you bet. Who want to sleep with the enemy?
Right? No.
I mean, it's not.
And you go to sleep with the enemy and wake up with the enemy, and then you're not happy. And it's like, what's the whole point of even like?
I ain't sleeping with nobody I can't trust, and I gotta sleep with one eye open and one eye shut. Like, no, that's not. No, gone on those days. No. All right, you guys, we're gonna go because it's really past our bedtime, and I'm gonna go feed my sweet man. Should I feed him? Since he didn't come on our live tonight, should I go serve him, y'all? Cassandra, that's your good cousin. Should I go serve him? No, I'm gonna go serve him because that's what I do. No matter what, gotta do the right thing. You gotta do the right thing. You gotta do the right thing. I'm trying to read y'all comments. I can't see. I have new glasses, and I still can't see.
Oh, they said they took a nap. Because we're sitting there, we're exhausted and we're tired.
Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all took a nap.
So they live right now. They up and ready to go.
Well, I got stuck and plucked all day at the doctor's, and then I went and get my little wig split. So I had a lot going on today. So
I went and did some self-care myself.
Yeah.
So. And self-care is important too.
It is.
Like, go do something for yourself. Your nails, your hair, a massage. Get your feet done. Something.
Get your hair did. Get your go level up. but I love that because I'm big on self-care. But here's the most important thing, you guys, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Don't fix so much the outer appearance and the outside if you ain't doing the inward work. Yeah. Like getting healed from like past relationships is so important. And I know that tonight was just kind of off the cuff and we were just having conversations, but I really want us to have those conversations more because it's true. Like I know a lot of fine, bad girls, I'm telling you, will dress and they are the bomb. Crazy as, I don't know what, just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what? I can't. Like, honey, we're doing a lot. Okay, come on. You wanna come? Because so this is live after dark. So this what happens when it's just off the cuff. So that's what you're gonna do. Just walk in and flex. You just gonna flex on our live and distract, huh? All right, y'all. The Lord is my shepherd. I cannot with these people. All right, you guys. I love y'all. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
This is what happens.
This is what happens. Now he's distracting the live because now he wants to eat. He should have come on live instead of go get live. Oh, praise the Lord. You want to come say hi?
I can.
All right, but honey, put your shirt. Don't show your muscles. Slide over, shade me. All right. So my man is coming on live. The original. I want y'all to get on him because he was supposed to be here on the live with us. Mm-hmm. And he went workout. So how was your workout, babe?
It was good.
So you ditched me to go work out. You ditched me and the people.
No, I didn't ditch y'all.
All right. Anything you want to say about dating? We were just talking about dating and like discipline. We kind of talked about a few things. Nothing like just hard. It just was kind of in general, just doing some quick topics. So what advice would you give to a young man? We talked about identity and knowing your worth. And so just what would you like to share? Since you was distracting us on behind the scenes, so now you're live, you might as well say something.
Wait on God.
No, you came from all them behind the lights. No, that's good.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
So whether man or woman, I've told my brothers this, I've told my sisters this. You should be so hidden in Christ that a man or woman would have to seek God to find you.
Was I hidden, honey?
You were hidden.
You see girls go hide and go seek, girls. Play hide and seek, honey. They didn't find you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good. Because we also talked about a little bit about just how if you don't know your worth, you just settle for anything. And then it's just sometimes the relationships are toxic and all that good stuff. But we would like to have you back on. So because originally you and I were supposed to do the TQC Live After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
So I may need to sit down and
when is the next TQC Live After Dark?
On Friday.
Fridays?
We're going to do Live After Dark on Fridays. And I want to talk about relationships. And I want to talk about love.
I'll see y'all next Friday.
Allegedly. Unless he ditches again for working out.
What time on Fridays?
Oh, no. We're going to have to do the schedule off schedule, honey. No, thank you. All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much. This was fun. Just one of those days we just was hanging out, talking about life, love. Thank you, honey, for popping in. You was just such a distraction, so I figured you wanted to come in. So thank you.
Put me on blast.
I did put you on blast. That's what we do. We were just talking about like your best friends, and so you my best friend. So I really didn't put you on blast. Because if I put you on blast, I put me on blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because we're one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we look like one?
I love this. This is where I'm getting it
We
all
keep
from.
it real.
This is where I'm getting all. This is where we're getting it all from.
We keep it real. We keep it
The
gangsta. Yeah.
The
No.
realness.
All right, you guys. We are out. It is past our bedtimes. We love you guys. Pamela, Cassandra,
It's 10 o'clock.
all those that are watching. Night, night.
Good night, you guys. Thanks for
night.
coming and joining us.
All right. See y'all next week.
Next
All right.
Friday.
Have an amazing weekend. God bless you guys.
Bye.
All right. We'll talk soon.